On this week's breaking news, LEGO has just unveiled the 300th Brickheadz, the project behind the Hail Mary set, talk about how it came to be, and of course, let's celebrate Pokemon because it's Pokemon Day. All that and much more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brick, my newest venture into the AFL merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickwear brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickwear page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickwear, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back to
Breaking
Brick.
news.
I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFLs about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO has been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast, and of course, happy Pokemon Day. 30 years of Pokemon, and well, I've joined in the group way too late again as I was a kid, and now I'm doing it again, and it's way more expensive, but I'm still enjoying it, and seems LEGO is too, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can keep up to date on all the latest stuff. Because I talk a lot, and every week we get together and we talk about all the things that are happening in the LEGO news. And, well, just a little bit on the admin side, we bought a golf cart. I'm old, but it's really fun. It does have a slight issue right now. I think we bumped a cable out, so I got to figure that out because we lost power and I had to push it home. Not too far, but still enough that it was very, very annoying. But we have Danielle's family coming into town this weekend and this week and next week. So I will not be posting next week's podcast episode because I will be at one of the 7 parks here in Orlando. So wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Now, at the end of the episode, we do our set reviews. This week, we're doing LEGO set 76466, the Sorcerer's Stone Collector's Edition Harry Potter set. And then, I couldn't pick because it's Pokemon, so I picked 2. The Crafty Koopa has designed the Piplup, and the DST212 has designed a Flareon. So I'm excited to talk about both of those and the LEGO set at the end of the episode. So let's get into this week's first breaking news story. First up, some Brickheadz. Fortnite Brickheadz, the Beef Boss and Sky have been revealed. This is going to be a $20 set, and it's the 300th Brickheadz minifigure, which is crazy as Beef Boss, which interesting choice for number 300. I have quite a few that I have. I just actually got the number 1 Batman as the Brickhead, so 300 of them. Whoever collects all of these is crazy. I tried to, just can't keep up. But for all those Fortnite fans, this is a 288-piece set and has some lovely printed pieces and, just another Fortnite build. LEGO has a new documentary coming out, the LEGO Dream documentary. It's over at lego.com, and it follows the life of 5 of the greatest people on Earth, LEGO designers. It's a 45-minute documentary where it follows them around as they build different things, specifically for the LEGO Ideas realm. Alex Storzenhoff is the fan designer of Home Alone. Sandro Quantrini is the fan designer for the Motorized Lighthouse. Josh Bretz is the designer of the BTS Dynamite. And Ivan Garorio is Sesame Street, Family Tree, and Cosmic Cardboard Adventure. That's a lot. And then Thomas Logan is the designer of the Orient Express. So you can go and check these out. These fans talk about their time at building and how they got to integrate with the LEGO community and the LEGO team itself in building and bringing their sets to life, and all the 10,000 people that supported it and purchased. I think I have, I only have 2 of these. They're good sets, just not all of them were for me. As I said at the beginning of the episode, it's time to celebrate Pokemon 30th anniversary. The cards of cardboard and all the different characters and how expensive they all become are celebrating 30 years, and Lego has joined in the fun as we have our sets coming out. Now there are the questionable ones that we're all like, I don't really get it. They're just too expensive and just right at the beginning, and it has a very exclusive gift with purchase set for one of them. That the badges, it's way too much for something like that. And you can do an alternate build and just get a pack of stickers somebody will definitely be creating. But Eevee is pretty cool. But the one thing that I'm interested in is the Lego Insiders Reward. This is a small mini Pokemon Center, and it has a 3x3 tile that has the Pokemon logo on it, and then you can go inside and see the area where they have the computer, and they can get your Pokemon to rest and recover. It's 233 pieces, and it's going to cost you 2,500 Lego Insiders points, and that'll be available on Lego.com once you're ready to purchase something, because you do have to get this and then purchase something to have it shipped to you, which is kind of dumb. I wish you could just, purchase it individually as well, but that's how Lego gets you. Now, we've had sets like the Ornithopter from Dune, which is kind of out of left field, and the Project Hail Mary is another one. And you might be wondering how it came to be, so you might want to know how that came to be, and they did an interview with IO9 to talk about this. It seems that the relationship with the director of the Lego movie really helped them get this set in motion. They stated they don't normally do things that are not based on already successful franchises, like a one-off movie like this that's its own thing, Miller said, but we told them to trust us, and we said, come to the set and see what it is and how special it is. And they had 1 million invitations. The Lego team arrived in London to visit the set of Project Hail Mary. Then we secretly cut a whole 10-minute piece to show them, and it blew them away. They understood how special the movie was and how Lego fans were going to respond to it. And guess what? I love it. It's really a great model. Now, did they change the ship compared to the book, which I am rereading? Yes, but that's Hollywood. There's definitely going to be things that you are going to have to science and put into real life terms instead of just the book form, even though there's a picture of it. It does come out on March 20th. I actually will be seeing it on the 13th, so I'm very excited to see that. But the set itself is really nice too, and I think that they did a great job, and I can't wait to see Rocky in Lego form. All right, it's time to talk shopping for March. We've got a few things that you can go and pick up at the store online. We've got Claude Monet, the bridge over the pond of water lilies, the art piece at $250. Botanicals, we have the sunflower bouquet at $60 and the magnolia branches at $50. I think the sunflowers are really well done. They look just like sunflowers, just not wilted yet, because some of them last a long time, some of them don't. Brickheadz, we've got Sully, Mike, and Boo figures at $25, and then the Supply Llama and Fish Stick figure from Fortnite at $30. City, we have the F1 display truck with Audi F1 race car at $45, and then the police train heist at $200. Another train. Interesting to see like a police train, but I'm here for it. I love a train. DC, we've got the Batman logo at $80. Didn't even know that this was coming out. The Batman vs. Superman Batmobile at $30. The Batman Batmobile at $30. And the Batman and Robin Batmobile at $30. Lots of Batmobiles. Disney, we've got Sally's Flower Pot at $50. Kevin and Doug at $50 buildable figures. Winnie the Pooh at $150. And the Piglet Birthday Fun at $40. Then they have Additions, the newer series. This is the football, $130, and the FIFA World Cup official trophy at $200. There's a cool minifigure when you open it up. That, and then the football has the stadium in it, which is cool. Icons, we've got the scaled up blue astronaut minifigure at $60. People are going to go crazy for it. That's probably going to sell out pretty quick. The London bus at $20, and the Maersk dual fuel container vessel at $150. We'll see. That they have a partnership, and a lot of people might want to collect these, and it's definitely pretty fun. Icons, we got the Lord of the Rings Sauron's helmet at $70, the Ferrari F2004 with Michael Schumacher at $90, the Ford Model T at $130, and Project Hail Mary at $100. I'm probably going to have to want to go get that. ideas. We have the floating sea otter at $120, the orange cat at $100. Ninjago, we got Jay's Dragon Mech Fight Suit at $20, and Lloyd's Titaned Mech 15th Anniversary at $130. Speed Champions, we have the F1 Academy Lego Race Car. That's the it's not F1, but it's F4, I think, at $28. And the Audi Revel F1 Team R26 Race Car at $28. Star Wars, it's all the smart play. So we've got Luke's Land Speeder, the Yoda's Hut and Jedi Training, Mos Espa's Cantina, the Millennium Falcon, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and so much more. So we'll see how those pick up. Technically, we've got the yellow motorcycle at $10, a BMW M4 GT3 Evo race car at $65, and the biggest one is the McLaren MCL 39 F1 car at $230. And our last one is the Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, the Final Battle at $130. Now there are sets, all the Pokemon sets that are coming out today. So you can either head to the store, look online, and then see all the scalpers over on eBay and wherever else to pay almost probably 20 to 40% more. The new Batman video game, the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, has some fun little trailers that they're putting out. One specifically is the official cinematic trailer, The Joker, Clown Prince of the Museum, which is an iconic scene from the Batman movies. And I think they're going to be coming out with more and more of these. And I think they've just done a really good job in marketing these things. I don't know how the gameplay has gone yet. I think there's been some mixed reviews, but there hasn't been much word on it yet. Likely to see that as it comes closer and closer to the official release time, which will be May 29th of this year. As I spoke before about the Pokemon gift with purchase, the Kanto region badge collection, you've got to spend $650. I don't think so. There already, somebody has gone out there and made the pieces and recreated the whole thing. The only thing you're going to need probably is a sticker to update those, which somebody will come out with pretty soon. So you don't have to worry about that. You can just buy those stickers separately. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm definitely not going to want to buy this whole thing. I'll just buy the parts for it once someone comes out with the instructions. As the Smart Play bricks will come out on March 1st, it seems that they've already got a jump on it and did the Lego Smart app that is available already on your iPhone or Android. So you can go get that app and be ready as you can program them to different things and showing the instructions and how you're going to be playing with them and integrating them and controlling it and, focusing on the charge and all that stuff. So you can go and download that to be prepared for your new Lego Play Brick. The LEGO Group has been continuing their efforts to go carbon neutral, and they're committing even more at $7.9 million in that continued pursuit to do so. This new funding will span natural-based resources for Mexico and 3 emerging technology-based carbon removal pathways, and the strategy prioritizes operation emissions cuts while testing high-quality removal to inform long-term climate governance and investment decisions. So as they continue to grow and grow, they're trying to do new things. There's new technology since last year, and the continued effort to reduce in current ways, I think, is that it's a dual operation that I think will work in the end to really get the heads up on it. The Chief of Sustainability Officer said the purchase highlights our commitment to testing a broad range of credible pathways for natural and tech-based carbon removal. As the program expands, it is helpful to strengthen our understanding of the different approaches and inform future decisions making on how carbon removal may be complemented on wider climate goals. So LEGO keeps pushing the boundaries on how they're going to reduce their carbon. Maybe the rest of the world and companies should look to that instead of being power and greedy hungry. The LEGO Group and Nike are doing a 20% promotional deal. If you go to the LEGO store, you can type in Gear Up as one word, all caps, to get 20% off, including shoes, clothing, and anything else. So if you don't have anything that's Nike and you want some stuff, well, 20% off is pretty nice. It is only kids, surprisingly stupid of them, instead of having adults get that stuff, but I digress. It's still fun to have that kind of partnership. Just do better. And, you've been focusing on adults. Maybe you should do that in clothing like this instead of stupid ass Crocs. There's another Make and Take event coming for UK stores. Not sure if it'll come to the US, but it's another Star Wars build. And this one is a Bantha, which looks really cute. It doesn't have a ton of pieces, of course, because it's a Make and Take event, but the curly antlers, they actually use the minifigure whips, the Indiana Jones whips to do that. And it has the low-lying head, and it has some furry style pieces to it. It'll be available on the 28th and probably through the beginning of March. If you can go to your stores, just based on the new play bricks coming out alongside Star Wars. The LEGO Group was having a contest where you had to go catch them all for LEGO Pokemon insignia or labels in their web pages. There were 30 of them, and they were scattered all throughout with different images and Pokemon cards and different things that, based on the scavenger hunt, if you collected them all, then you could win a prize. Now, over at Brick Fanatics, they've already found them, and it shows like one was in the Pokemon Go app, other was a Silver Eevee on the Instagram story. Another was the Bronze Blastoise 2 on Lego.com. So there was a lot of integration of cross-platforming to find all 30. Now, whoever did find it, they won. But it is interesting to see what they came up with something like this. I didn't really partake, so I just should have maybe spent a little bit more time finding them because it could have been a fun scavenger hunt for it. With highly anticipated LEGO sets, sometimes the LEGO Group comes out and says, hey, like, be prepared, there's going to be delays. Well, guess what? They did come out with that. They said, as we're currently receiving lots of LEGO orders, we're expecting delivery to take longer than usual. Please check your order status for updates. So, what does that mean? Well, it seems that other LEGO sets are going to be hit with the giant wave of people trying to get the Pokemon sets. That'll be, interesting to see how that affects everybody else. Maybe not delayed more than a couple days, but still a delay. LEGO and their shipment and their websites, they need some work on that. Really, really do. LEGO's partnership with Smith Toys is coming to a fun show near you, the British Motor Show this year. They're going to be partnering to have a fun little event area. They'll have vehicle-based games and different, probably large structures. Maybe they'll have a new F1 vehicle in large form. So there's definitely going to be some fun participation of different LEGO events, and specifically like a live stage with some fun guests. And they have a large-scale life-size Aston Martin F1 vehicle. And you can go check it out on March 1st from 10 till 4 p.m. And for everybody who's Aston Martin fan, well, I don't really like the owner of it, but they're pretty good drivers. For those of you that missed the Shuttlepod from the Star Trek Enterprise gift with purchase, well, you might need to just take a trip down to Australia. Right now, they're still available as gifts with purchase for Australia all the way through to August 31st, which is, that's a very long time from now. I'm wondering why. Maybe they should have had some more given to us up north here, because I'm pretty sure they sold out really quickly, and I think a lot of us would probably want some. I have mine, but wouldn't mind more. This year, LEGO had this really fun little stand, trailer that they converted. It's the Florist producer, and they talked about the most popular flower. It's been traveling over 10 different locations in 6 different cities, and it has a total of almost 230,000 bricks, and almost 20,000 people have already visited it. And the most popular one, I bet you can't figure it out, but we all know. It's the Red Rose Bouquet. I enjoy hearing who their build was for and how they will fill their day after the power play has taken effect. Very cute and wholesome, and I wish we had more of those here. The Bricklink Designer Series 7 has concluded its pre-orders, and there's an estimate of how many were produced and sold. They actually didn't come out and say what was completely sold out, because I don't know, they stopped doing that, and that was a fun part to see, like, as the ticker moved, how fast they would hit that pre-order number and then the total production. But we'll go down the list here. The privateer frigate Fortuna, which is $350, sold approximately 37,500 at 100% pre-ordered. The sushi restaurant, also the same amount, also sold 100%. The antique collection at $110 is 30,000 units, and only 49%, so 14,700 people bought that. That's the lowest of the five. The Alchemist shop at 41,000, that was fully fulfilled, and Walter the Robot at 30,000, and only 56% was filled, which is 16,800, which that's pretty crazy, the amount of money people receive, because that's they get, what is the royalty? I can't remember the price that they get for it, but it is not cheap. What Lego gets to give out to them, and honestly, I wish I could get that bad. People just need to support some of my fun builds, although some of them are not as good as these, because these are really well done. If you know someone that really likes the Botanical series and Lego and getting a card in the mail, you can go over to the Lego Insiders page, and they have Botanical greeting cards. So you can pick those up. They're 400 points or 100 points per card, and they're very pretty, very basic, just floral designs to them that honestly you could use them for anything, and people, if they didn't focus hard enough on it, wouldn't know it's Lego. Very cute and useful Lego Insiders reward. As Lego continues their build of their giant factory in Virginia, they have, step up to the plate. They are going to be helping with a $1.3 million grant to support kids in the Virginia area. They're providing this new foundation, or the Lego Foundation expansion, and giving it to 8 nonprofit organizations in the area, specifically Children's Hospital Museum of Richmond, the Girls for a Change, and different the Boys and Girls Club, and so many other areas to support as they continue to award these grants to help kids not only play with Lego, but get out there and get the support and connections that they need. Well, it seems that there's a new Crocs coming, and this is a colored one that is not the red one, but it's a green. It's for the Lego and Crocs Friends and Family Brick Clog. Still going to cost $200, and no matter what, it's probably going to still sell out. Looks like garbage. This one looks like throw up. This one does not look great. I don't know why that they continue to do this. They're still selling for pretty high online. The secret green shoe exists, assuming there's even less of a friends and family in existence. There's no saying how much they might sell for, so these could go even higher. So stupid. The Legoland Discovery Center in Manchester decided that they would create the Brit Awards, and they have all the main actors and actresses come together to celebrate the awards in minifigure form. They even had a little red carpet, and they had a large scale of the Brit Awards statue. Always fun to cater to the movies, as I am a huge movie fan, so this is a fun blend of Lego and the movies. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you all for tuning in and learning all about Lego and what Lego has been up to, because there's so many fun things to discuss and just have a fun opinion about, because, well, I have a lot of opinions and it's fun to be able to share them here and you guys listen to them. So make sure to subscribe so that you can hear all my opinions and have your own, because we all should have our own opinions here. Now, with the end of the news, let's talk about Lego sets. Our first one is set 76466, the Sorcerer's Stone Collector's Edition. It's an 18+ set at 1,571 pieces, part of the Harry Potter line, and costs $170. It has 22 reviews at 4.5 stars. So price per piece, it's a little bit higher than 10 cents per piece. I think it may be because of some of the printed pieces, not entirely sure. But overall, you're going to see the bases of the chessboard set that we saw from Wizard's Chess. We have our 3 characters, minifigures from the Sorcerer's Stone. We have the Knight as well as the Queen. And then above that is the luggage for Harry Potter. And then above that is a Gringotts set of 2 coins and 2 more books. I'd have to see what those books are. A candle, the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, depends on where you're from. A chocolate frog card with Dumbledore on it, which I think is my favorite piece of the whole thing. And then Hedwig on top. And they all are pretty scaled well. There's even some active functions on the backside where you can turn 3 little knobs and it shows the pieces moving forward on the chessboard. And then behind the other side, there's actually little scenes. One is the scene of them going through the trials of the Sorcerer's Stone, and then the upper book has the Hogwarts Express. So it's a fun little display piece. There's even the piece that you can pull out, and it reveals another scene where the characters are facing off against a fully grown mountain troll. It's a great depiction and representation of one of our favorite movies because it's the first Harry Potter movie, and hopefully they do this for all of the movies and have some really fun little features that kind of all blend together for that specific movie. So at $170, honestly, I don't think that's a bad deal for this. You can find the link in the description if you'd like to purchase it yourself. And now our Rubrickable review sets. The first one is Piplup. It's by Crafty Koopa, and this set is it's for Pokemon because we love Pokemon. It's 380 pieces, and it'll cost £5, British pounds, to purchase. Now, Piplup is like a little penguin, a little waddling penguin, and this one looks perfectly done at this scale because it's primarily a giant, or not giant, it's a small ball for the head, and then half a ball for the waist section of it. And the eyes are perfectly spaced and big with the little yellow beak in the middle. And it's just it's a fun little starter Pokemon that you can build in Lego. I think that Lego should take some hints because this one's pretty cute and it's not that expensive to build something like that. And it ventures into the other realms of what Pokemon is, not just the starters in the original, which I'm from the original, so I still support it, but this one is very, very cute. And the second one that I couldn't resist was Flareon by DST212. Now, this is one of the evolutions of Eevee that he's done because I think he did all of them. It's a 585-piece set at €5. And Flareon is just the fire evolution of Eevee. And they did a great job in depicting it at such a small scale with a fiery tail, a fiery chest area, and all red body. So it's very much the base of Eevee and then the adaptation of having those different things. But it looks just like it. And I think that they have all 7. I'm not sure. I don't remember if it is 7. They have Glaceon, Sylveon, Eevee, Espeon, Flareon, Leafeon, Vaporeon, and Umbreon, which everybody loves Umbreon. So yeah, they have all of them there. You can go look at those different instructions and purchase them so you can have your own evolution. All right, everyone, that's all I had. Thank you so much again. I will not be with you next week as we have family in town, so stay tuned for the week after as I come back and we can have more fun talking about Lego. All right, everyone, I'll leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.